problem on the first one, but my name is Greg Pierce. I'm the director of Jefferson Patterson Park and Museum, and this is the Director's Corner. So the Director's Corner is a weekly piece that I'm going to do, where we're going to go around the park and we're going to talk about different projects that we have going on. Last week we talked about the Nature Play Space. This week we're going to talk about the King's Reach site, which is behind me. They're both components of the Wrights Trail project, which is a larger interpretive trail system that we've been working on here at JPPM for a number of years now. The King's Reach site is a 17th and 18th century farmhouse. The site it's an archaeological site. It's one of many that we have on the site, and it was excavated for a number of years, and the excavation showed us not only what happened in this larger field, but where the components of this site were. For a number of years we had this interpreted through the green signage that you see behind us, and we had logs laid out that covered the footprints of the buildings themselves. With the Wrights Trail project, we're going back through and we're reinterpreting the site. And what you can see behind me is two large decks, which they represent the actual footprint of the houses themselves. The large deck would have been the main house, and the small deck out here would have been an outbuilding which would have housed servants or slaves. You can see construction workers in the background. They're working on putting up what we're calling the stockade fence. The stockade fence is going to be mounted on those large concrete piers you see there. While we're calling it a stockade, it wasn't an actual defensive piece or a fortification of any type. It was actually just a tall fence that was used to keep their animals in and unwanted animals out. Another component of this project, while not installed yet, are going to be outlines that you're going to be able to see on the decking itself. It's going to talk about where the different subfloor pits were. So archaeological investigations revealed a number of subfloor pits between both of these structures. In the 17th and 18th centuries, when you stored something, you would store it underneath the floor of your house in a pit. Archaeological investigations showed us what was in those specific pits, which helped us understand what the different rooms were used for in the buildings. So those components are going in, and then once the stockade fence is up, we're going to pull this interpretive signage and we're going to put new interpretive signage up, which is going to talk about larger Euro-American presence in the region during the 17th and 18th centuries, as well as the use of this facility itself. So thank you for joining me. That's all I have for you today, and join me next week and we'll talk a little bit more about the Wrights Trail. Thank you.